Good morning, all colleagues on the dais and to all the delegates. So, sometimes you feel comfortable and sometimes you feel uncomfortable because with the galaxy of all the big bureaucrats, I from the industry, but also as an ex-officer from Haryana State Electricity Board, but I feel glad to say that with 43 years of experience, I would like to share few of the thoughts. Perhaps the time has come when the integration between the non-conventional department, solar, education, and everybody has to come together. And this is the most opportune time when the renewable energy has been recognized, but the power of solar or the wind or the renewables, which was existing from millions years back, has been, at least with the political will, has never been so appreciated and so being applied at this time. This is the golden time. I can tell you 100 gigawatt solar means $100 billion investment. Now the challenges which we are facing is that $100 billion investment, how much jobs it will create, how much new departments it will create. I come from the Haryana State Electricity Board. I can very well see when I was as to electricity or executive engineer, when the transformers are repaired, then there was a need to have the workshop of its own of the transformer repairing. Now the solar has given the power electronics, and the next to come is a smart grids. Do we have enough departments for power electronics? Do we have the directorate also for the solar? Do we also having in our focus that the way we are moving forward for the rooftop installation as well as the field solar plants, is there any maintenance operation challenges have been taken into account? I have done more than 35 villages rural electrification just to prove in the areas of Jharkhand, UP, Jammu and Kashmir, where the off-grid was created. But I got the noises, oh, there is a grid, why do you want to have a solar? And where there is no solar or no grid, you can only put there. Sorry, I'm a technologist, and today's renewable seminar is on technologies also. What is there? You have to just interface. If the solar is existing, you can bring the grid. If grid is existing, you can bring the solar. It's only the power electronics, and you have to make a hybrid inverter. So the importance and the question mark, all the engineering colleges. I come from Punjab Engineering College, Chandigarh. That day to the director I was asking, have you started a course on solar, on PV, on CSP, on power electronics, on the smart grids? And if it is a fact is coming, the flexible AC transmission line is coming, who is teaching whom? Or I did my master's from Norway, where 50% of professors are thrown out and go and learn in the industry. And those vacancies of 50% which is left are filled from the industry. I can be a good teacher, but nobody is going to give me a job. What we did now, I am 65 plus, so I thought we collected all my batchmates. Instead of hanging our shoes, we decided to have new fleets. And now we are making a team, and we are looking into the schemes of the government. So we will go, okay, look here is a member parliament. He has got Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana, and we will mentor one village. And that village will be having everything except the technologies. So we will teach the technologies, we will create the cottage industry. Why instead of putting 100 megawatt at one place and to give to one foreign company, why not to have 1 megawatt of solar in one village? Let the Adarsh Gram has got 1 crore from the MP LAT fund. 1 crore can come from others, and rest 4 crores can come from the banks. and you will be making almost 90 to 95 lakh rupees at a rate of 6 rupees per unit, then the panchayat can also be a member of the cooperative. And in 5 years you return to the bank as well as MP led fund 1 crore. So how you multiply the money? That is the sun is teaching. I give you example of Punjab State Electricity Board. Though you don't call it PSCB, it has trifurcated. You have got transmission, distribution as well as Genco companies. 6,000 crore rupees for farmers giving free electricity are given every year as a compensation for the free solar, free energy for agriculture, and it's a subsidy. 6,000 crore can produce 1 gigawatt. If 3 years, 6,000 crore rupees are given, then 3 gigawatt are installed. This means this is the load of the agriculture. So in 3 years, you have used that subsidy for 25 years. In 25 years, you will spend 150,000 crores as subsidy. I am telling, just give me 18,000, have 3 gigawatt and forget. Why we cannot make this scheme? So the second point, we have surveyed the entire substation in Punjab. Some substation has a 220 kV has a land of 20 acres lying free, some 10 acres, some maybe another 15 acres. In Haryana, I gone to Palwal, there was a 25 acre land lying just vacant, and there was a fire. Why there was a fire? There was no battery. So the whole substation was gutted. Why can't we have the solar for the battery charging of all the substation? Punjab, you can have 750 megawatt solar installed within the substation without any additional AC sites, put all this power into the 11 kV switching stations and give to rural areas. 50 amps on 11 kV is 1 megawatt, and this is exactly 5 acre land will give you 1 megawatt. So these schemes have to be built. Now coming back to MP led fund. So one Adarsh Gram Yojana of one village, which we are going to adopt, is in a jaunty village. So 1 megawatt we are going to put. We will create jobs, we will create the industry there, and when this 1 megawatt is sufficient as a consumed power, then you will see we will create another 15 villages and we will bring it as a new proposal to the Government of India under urban scheme. So this means urban schemes of the Government of India can be, you can embraced by the Adarsh Gram Yojana. So there is first you create a nucleus, then the electrons will come, and then you make an atom. So that is very important thing, that these schemes we must see. Now I come a step further. I have selected my college, and there are 15 villages around. We will make one project on the urban. Now, to final year students, we will collect funds and give to them one project to each branch with 5 or 6 students. For example, electrical vehicle. So in electrical vehicle, what you have? You have a battery, you have an inverter, you have the motor. There is no pumps and other things like in the fuel consumption, ICE is not there. But have we started a course of electrical vehicle in any college? Why don't we make also the pumping for irrigation pumping for those villages? Can some students have taken up that the level of the water is going so down, how I can have a submersible pump? And why I am very much fond of each pump give the solar to that. Why? This means each pump will have, because pump has an inrush current. So instead of 7.5 horsepower or 5 kilowatt of the pump will require at least 7 to 10 kilowatt of solar. But if I club all of them together, then 1/3 of the solar panels are required to start all the panels. So these schemes have to be done by integrating the engineers, the bureaucrats, and the government, as well as the financiers. The last point which I want to dwell, why we want to take an Olympic gold medal by saying that we have made now electricity of solar under reverse bidding 4 rupees per unit. Why? This has killed the industry. Now, when you are giving in reverse bidding, I have a question mark. You have CRC. CRC came with 17 rupees and 95 paisa under the migration scheme. On what basis? On the basis that IRR should be 14% and 19% in between. Now, you are telling CRC, okay, please, since the panel has come from $4 per watt to half a dollar per watt, now what should be the tariff? So CRC will say the tariff is maybe 7 rupees. Now, this means scientifically all inputs, including the cost of the installation of the solar farm, plus the operation and maintenance, plus its life of 25 years, taking all into account, I am very sure scientifically, based on the physics, mathematics, chemistry, whatsoever CRC knows, they will say this is the tariff. Now when you call the tender, in reverse bidding, the guy is coming from Canada or somebody from USA, oh, I am here to do for 4 rupees, and rest all the vendors are killed. But he can't do in 4 rupees, he goes bankrupt. Why? Either he is right or CRC is right. वो जो CRC है, जिसने 6 रुपए या 7 रुपए कैलकुलेट किया है, either he is a fool or the guy who is saying 4 rupees, he is a fool. दोनों तो correct नहीं हो सकते. Because he is collecting the money and the funds at the interest rate of 1% from Canada, or some other country. And Indian is paying 12 rupees, or maybe Popli Sahab is very kind enough to give him an 8%. But this guy who is from outside, he is having totally a different level playing field. Why we do that? I was in Japan, I was giving a seminar, and even in this year, the Japanese professors came. You see how the Japanese are looking at India. They said, why do you restrict tender for 300 megawatt? Why for 500 megawatt? You make it open. Sun is unlimited. Your Thar desert is unlimited. You make so many industries. You invite all the engineers for next 50 years from engineering colleges, put up the cell and module manufacturing plants. Whatsoever you will produce, you put in the Thar desert. And from Thar desert, you make a transmission line, pass through Bangladesh, pass through Burma, pass through Lagos, pass through Cambodia, go to Philippines, come to Japan. And that is a power which is our product. And if my Prime Minister is going outside, out of India, he should sign a PPA with Bangladesh, with Burma, with Cambodia. He should sign PPA with Philippines, maybe at 3 rupees or 4 rupees. But for years and years to come, whatsoever you will produce can be sold out. This is my product. I want the desert, you produce. Why the tender should be just unlimited, a small 300 megawatt, 500 gigawatt, and you are lagging. Now I am very sure in next 5 years you will never reach 100 gigawatt the way you are moving. If you have to achieve, there are only 2 ways. One is feed-in tariff. Feed-in tariff was introduced, best practices by Germany, without any having field. 80% installation came on the rooftop. Today it is 40 gigawatt. And I can tell you an example. I went to Germany, I worked for 25 European companies for the last 30 years. I went to meet my friend, and he was in a hurry. He said, Rajinder, can we meet tomorrow? I said, what happened? He said, this is my 5th round. I am buying panels, and I have to put on my rooftop, because before December, if I don't commission it, then my tariff will be reduced from 30 euro cent to 25 euro cent. So I will lose 5 euro cent per unit, because the feed-in tariff is reducing every year by 10%, and it started from 45 euro cent. What does it mean? The 10 euro cent normal power which people are consuming in Germany at that time in 2000, they were getting 45 euro cent. The government has to pay for 25 years only to those guys who put on that very year on the rooftop, and there was an auto run. You have to motivate the people. Today you are telling in Haryana, they said if you don't put on your rooftop, you will be fined 10,000 rupees. Bhai, jiske ghar mein ladki ki shaadi hai, he has to go for the education of the son. He should be motivated and given something and not put a fine. So the policies have to be changed. So feed-in tariff can only make a rooftop on the run, and please don't compare the tariff in the field and tariff at the rooftop. The tariff in the field, which is 100 megawatt or 10 megawatt, is equivalent to generation. But the tariff which one is getting at the rooftop, it is a distribution tariff. Because a thermal plant which is supplying and power is coming, there is so much transmission, distribution, peoples and others, overheads are there. So compare rooftop with the distribution tariff and the generation tariff with the thermal tariff. So that is also a misnomer. So there are so many things. And the second thing, which you want to increase the industry, follow the model of Turkey. What Turkey has said, Turkey will give it, say, 500 megawatt tender. Everybody is asked, you quote. Then the tariff is suppose is coming, say, 7 rupees. Then there is a caveat. Those who are going to put on in this project, made in Turkey, he will be getting 15% extra tariff if he uses only module and 20% extra tariff if he uses made in Turkey cells also, cells and modules. So this means if you make after the tender of even reverse bidding, you say if you are going to use made in India modules and cells, we will give you 20% extra tariff. I can bet you the industry in India will have 200% industrial growth. So gentlemen, I don't take much time. These are my views. You have to join your heads and hands and minds and everything together. Make all are gems, sir. You all are here, diamonds and gems sitting here. What is needed, a small thread like me to put in between everybody and make a garland in the neck of Mother India. Thank you very much.